Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to our spontaneous live stream. This is the Dream Clairvoyant. I do hope you guys are doing well, feeling safe, and feeling blessed because you are. But yes, welcome to the live stream. Yes, the screen is intentionally blacked out. And that's just so that you can relax and simply listen to my voice and hear the message that I have for you. So, I have been channeling a message for a a divine partnership that truly needs to that truly needs healing. These are two people. Of course, take what resonates, leave what does not. This message is not going to be for everyone, but it's a specific message that I've been channeling for a divine masculine who I see this man is very, 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 very deeply in love with a divine feminine. And he knows her worth. He knows that she is extremely valuable. This divine feminine shines. Her qualities can be clearly seen by so many people to the point where I wouldn't doubt that this is a divine feminine who is highly envied, where this is a divine feminine who could have many people being jealous of her, because she shines. She's like this woman is luck. She's luck upon luck. I imagine her being a Nine of Pentacles. Right when you look at her, you know that she is a person of great fortune and success, prosperity. She shines so very brightly and is greatly admired by many. It's hard to overlook her value. But there's this divine masculine, and I hope he stumbles across this reading or this message. I really hope he does. And I want him to take this message as a wise counsel, giving him advice. This divine masculine likes to possess things and then neglect them. Once he acquires what he wants, he neglects it. So this divine masculine, he has many great things in his life. He has many great things in his life, but he doesn't take care of them. He doesn't maintain them. So it's almost like, for an example, working very hard, saving up enough money, and you buy your dream house. Once you acquire the dream house, you neglect it, you abandon it, it's not being maintained. So much to the point where it's like an empty home. And it may look nice, beautiful, superficially beautiful from the exterior, but on the inside, it lacks depth. There may even be creatures living in this abandoned home. There, you may even see a bunch of spider webs, right? It's been neglected, abandoned. And what happens to abandoned homes, anyone can just go in it, right? Anyone can just enter that home and do as they please because it's like the home doesn't have an owner. And that's how devastation takes place. You have strangers entering your home, in and out of your home, and you're not even there to see what's going on. Another example that I can give is, let's say this divine masculine is a very hardworking man, and he establishes a business or a company, or he opens a store, right? He opens a store and he has this brilliant business idea that could really bring him great fortune, a lot of money. And his business idea is brilliant, it's stellar, it's innovative, he has everything in place. And then he brings in his employees for the store, but nobody is supervising the employees. Once he gets the store and the employees, he doesn't even stop by to see how the store is coming up. How are things? There's no supervision. Okay? And so then eventually the employees start to be their own boss, and they start to take the store as their own running ground, playground. Okay? These are just examples that Spirit is telling me, but it may actually resonate with some people, with some divine masculines. This divine masculine has a big flaw, and we all have flaws, and it's a powerful thing when we're able to pinpoint our flaw and work on them. Another example that I can give is, let's say this divine masculine, he manifests, God hears and answers his prayer and brings him his dream woman, who is like wife material, mother material, a whole empress. Okay, the divine feminine. And he gets in a relationship with this woman, he gets the connection that he's always wanted, but he neglects her. He doesn't have time for her anymore, no quality time. Okay, because he's always working or out and about. It's a powerful thing when we're able to put our pride and ego aside and say, wow, I do have that flaw, or I do have problems. And it's an even powerful thing when we're able to dissect our flaw. Why is it that I have this flaw? Why is it that, I do these things? Is it coming from a place of pride and ego? Is it coming from a place of greed? Is it coming from a place of, oh, I have unhealed wounds, or childhood trauma? And then as adults, we can start fixing the issue so that we can be not just better people, but also a better lover. This divine masculine must pinpoint this flaw of his, where he likes to possess things, but he neglects them after acquiring them. Okay? That is why he has taken certain losses in his life. That is why his relationships have fallen apart. This when it comes to relationships, this divine masculine could have even experienced cheating many times in his relationships, because you can give a woman the nicest things superficially, luxury things, and you can even be good in bed, okay? But those things are just temporary fulfillment. The key to anybody's heart is emotional intimacy. The heart feels. So the key to anyone's heart is emotional intimacy. And I feel like what I see is in this divine masculine's relationships, he's extremely supportive and encouraging, and he's very successful. So he takes good care of, his woman, and he's very passionate and adventurous. So the chemistry and attractiveness is there. But where he lacks is quality time, emotional intimacy. And that is why he has experienced a lot of heartbreaks, breakups, separations, and maybe even infidelity, where the woman will go and emotionally bond with another man because it's lacking in the relationship with him. I'm also hearing theft. People tend to steal from this divine masculine because once he acquires what he wants, he neglects it. So then another person can just step in and take what he worked for, because there's no supervision. from this divine masculine. Once he acquires what he wants, once he possesses what he wants, he doesn't supervise, he doesn't maintain it, he doesn't really take care of it. He abandons it. And so then an outsider can just come in and start claiming what he worked for. So there's a lot of thefts, whether it's people stealing his money, stealing his ideas, whether it's theft within his career, finances, or just his relationships in general, where another man comes in and takes, his lover. Because he doesn't, is this making sense, you guys? Comment and let me know. And this happens, theft happens in his life a lot, whether it's in his relationships, his romantic relationships, platonic, or even business partnerships, because of the neglect and abandonment. This divine masculine may even be sort of like a workaholic. Okay, so he hops from one project to the next. And this may be an issue where he brings that mentality into his relationships, where that work mentality, where it's like he's very successful, he's very hardworking, very skilled, talented, and gifted. So when he's at work, he's constantly working on projects and completing them. And so he brings this mentality into his love life as well, where once he gets the woman, he hops onto the next project and and he just sort of, I don't want to say he forgets her, but in his head, I already have her. I'm taking care of her superficially, and this may be a divine masculine that likes to pamper his women and give her the nicest things. There's this, what I'm trying to say is he has this work mentality of like completing projects or completing assignments and then going towards the next assignment. This divine masculine doesn't just stop, pause for once, take a break, and look around you. Look at all that you've worked for. Look at what you have. Why are you constantly working towards things? Don't get me wrong. We all have goals, right? Goals with an S, but it's like you complete a goal and then time goes by and then you'll come up with another goal. Then time goes by, then you come up with another goal. But this divine masculine is always goals, goals, goals. I don't know. He's always working towards something. He doesn't take breaks. It's almost like he's not, I don't know if it's because he's not content. Is it a void? Is he escaping something? This man doesn't take time to truly take in the things that he has already worked for. He doesn't take the time to like take it all in, He's always moving on to the next and the next and the next and the next. How do we call people like this? Are there any psychologists in the in the chat? There's a word for this. Is it discarding? Someone said discarding. Is that what it would be? But this is why he takes so many losses, even though he is so incredible, even though he is so hardworking. He doesn't take it all in, to just look around you, look at what you've already acquired and enjoy it. Enjoy the things that you have now. And then later on, you can work towards more. This is what he needs to understand. This is the flaw that he had. And we all have flaws. Okay? We all have flaws. And I wouldn't say his grass is greener syndrome. It's not that he's a cheater. It's not that I'm not talking about a player now. I'm not talking like you acquire something and then you want to move on to the next. Like you want to date another person. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm more so talking about you acquire something, you love it, you appreciate it, You're content with it, but you don't enjoy it. You know, you don't enjoy what you've acquired. You just keep on working and working and working and working and working. And it's like, when are you going to be satisfied? You know? Um, so I hope that makes sense. I hope that really makes sense. Um, but it's a flaw, and we all have flaws. Okay. Um, no, you guys, I'm not saying like the grass is greener on the other side. I'm not saying that this is a divine masculine who will get in a relationship, enjoys the woman, and then he gets bored and then he goes to another woman. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this divine masculine, he acquires what he wants, but he doesn't enjoy it. He doesn't spend time with it. He's just happy that he has it, but he's not living in the moment. You know, someone help me here. Um, it's not the grass is greener on the other side. That's a different thing. It's like he knows the worth and the value of what he has, but he himself, he's not enjoying it. He's always working. He's always working towards the next. Like, what's the next thing? You know, he doesn't really. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. You either get it or you don't. Um, and it's like you can't live life that way. These would be the sorts of people where they're like really, really successful, but they never even go on a vacation. They never even go on a vacation. These are people, you know, these are people who could really have it all. This kind of divine masculine who may work and work and work, where he has so much money in the bank account, but he doesn't take a break to go on vacation. He doesn't even take an off day. He may even live in a mansion. He may have a mansion, but he's never in the mansion. He's always out and about working. He may have the most beautiful woman, you know, he may have the most beautiful divine feminine, but he doesn't spend time with her. Not to say that he's cheating, but he doesn't enjoy the things that he's worked for. He just keeps on working and working and working. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, I like that, PJ. He gathers things but does not stop to smell the roses. Yeah. Okay. That's yes, Peachy. The roses wither if not watered. Yeah. Work hard, no play. Which is interesting because I think most people, they like to play, but they don't like to work, you know? Um, and you're right, Anonymous Tara. It could be a worthiness thing where he feels like he's not good enough or things aren't good enough. So he has to keep on doing more and more and more and more. Um, but yeah, that's the problem. That's the flaw. That's the issue. And if he can just be honest with himself and say, yeah, I do have that flaw. I do have that problem. Everybody has flaws, and that's mine, and let me work towards it. Um, there was a reading, a Divine Masculine reading that I've uploaded. I think it was today or yesterday. And it was a very abundant, a very successful Divine Masculine who had people literally plotting to take his life. And these are the same people who he provides for. These are the same people who he pays or hired or takes care of. And these are the same people. I think if I remember the story, it's like I keep on channeling a divine masculine who is very fortunate. Okay, very, very fortunate. And it's like he may even have this pattern of like asking people to do things on his behalf or paying people to do things or like giving people certain roles to play when he can play that role himself. Let me see if I can reword it, reiterate it. It's like a divine masculine. I channeled a message earlier today, actually, and I was supposed to upload the video. This divine masculine, he leaves people in charge. But these people are not being supervised. Okay, these people, let me see what you're saying, Anonymous, because you're very insightful. Let me see here. Maybe only use it to be right. Wow. She said, heard it from a DM like that. He literally said, maybe my only use is to be a provider for the leeches with all the codependent people around. A person who doesn't feel worthy of love yet seeks validation in being a provider. That could really be what it is. I think you've pinpointed it. My goodness. I think you've pinpointed it. Leave people in charge. And those people who are left in charge, okay, end up making their own rules, being their own bosses, and running their own games, okay? Those people who he leaves in charge because they go unsupervised, they end up being their own bosses and abusing their power. So when things are neglected and go unsupervised, that's when people abuse power and do whatever they want. You know, that's when chaos and confusion takes place. That's when a lack of law and order, you know, is present in a situation, you know. So this divine masculine really needs to get it together. It's a flaw that he needs to see. It's a problem. It's an issue that he needs to see. Because if he gets with this divine feminine and he does this, where he gets in a relationship and neglects the relationship, you know, this would be the kind of man where you rarely ever see him because he's always working, but he'll make sure to send you flowers and buy you nice things and, you know, please you in other ways. But his presence, you won't see him physically. And it's not because he's cheating, it's just because he's overworking himself. And when he's gone, that leaves room for outsiders to step in, for outsiders to do God knows what, you know? So that's the problem. That's really the problem with this, you know, this divine masculine. It may really be a worthiness thing. I don't know what you guys think, but it could be a worthiness thing. Feeling like I always have to... It could also be that this divine masculine feels like he always has to be at the very top in order for people to stay in his life. And it's very similar to what Anonymous Tarot said. This divine masculine may even have like characteristics, like traits of a competitive person, where he feels he always has to be number one in all categories in order to get a person to continue to be interested in him. You know, yeah. It could be a worthiness thing. It could be, okay, I've gotten, you know, the divine feminine, the most beautiful, just highly valuable woman, but I have to remain, you know, the number one at everything so that she can keep on seeing me as a winner, you know? But he doesn't have to do that if he truly has a woman who loves him for him and not for his money or anything superficial. He is enough. Yes, thank you, Destiny Capricorn. He doesn't realize that he is enough. So it's a worthiness issue, But to be specific, it's a self-esteem issue. It's a self-esteem issue. And this kind of mentality, it can attract all the wrong people. It can attract codependent people. Like what Anonymous Tarot said, it could attract codependent people. You know, people who really are only with you because they want something from you, or because they want you to keep on providing, providing something for them. It attracts, like she said, it attracts leeches, users. And I think this divine feminine is like, I don't care. I want you with or without your money. The things that you have, you may be excellent at that, and the best at this, and you're at the top of that, and those are all like, it's like the icing on top of the cake, right? Those are all additionals, but even if you didn't have it, I would still love you, and I would still see you as my number one. It's quite sad. It's quite sad. And I believe the divine feminine needs to understand this as well, so that she can know how to treat this man, how to help heal this man, nurture this man, so that that wound can be healed. So I'm going to go ahead and close the reading here. Thank you guys for spending a couple of minutes with me. I truly appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I just opened, I'm losing my train of thought. It could probably be because I need to go to bed. It's midnight where I'm at. But I've opened private readings, by the way. And I'll do it once in a while. I opened it, I think about 3 weeks ago. Then I closed it just to complete those readings. But I've reopened it. So for more info on that, you can just check out the description box and you'll see it. But thank you guys so very much. Take care, everyone. I love you all, and many blessings to you.